Hello and welcome. Today I have some quick updates for anybody who's looking to pair the Insta360 X3 with the new DJI Mic 2 system. Now there is some good news, but there is also some bad news here, so stick around and let's do this. Now, one of the first videos I posted to the channel was this one, where I looked at different audio recording options for the Insta360 X3. And after comparing different microphone options for the X3, it was in fact this guy, the DJI Mic, this being the original DJI Mic system, which came out on top. Now, more recently, I also posted this update talking about the combination of the Insta360 X3 together with this guy, the brand new DJI Mic 2 transmitter, but in this case we were using just the transmitter in Bluetooth mode connected to the X3. And although it performed really well, it still didn't have the range and stability of using the dedicated receiver as we had with the original DJI Mic system. Well, now we have a new option, the brand new DJI Mic 2 full system with, of course, the dedicated receiver. Now, clearly the DJI Mic 2 system is an upgraded version of the original, but the question is, how compatible is it with the Insta360 X3? And that's what we're going to find out here. So let's start out with some good news, and that being that, of course, the new DJI Mic 2 system is fully compatible as a wireless microphone solution for the Insta360 X3. Now, I did some recent comparisons between the new Mic 2 system and the original, and to be honest, there's not a huge difference in terms of the audio quality between the two, but you will see some improved range and stability from the new Mic 2 system, and there are a few other advantages as well, and if you want to know what all those are, please check out the corresponding review where I do a full comparison on the two systems. Now, unfortunately, it's not all good news for Insta360 X3 owners, and that is because DJI have made a very minor but what could be a pretty significant change to the design of the receiver. Specifically, what they've done is they've made the cold shoe attachment now a permanently attached part of the receiver. Now, on the original design, it was a removable adapter, but as you can see now on the new design, it's permanently attached, and the concern for X3 owners is that this will now appear in your stitch line. So let's run some tests and see if it's a problem. Okay, so our first test setup is a side mount. Now this is one from X-Mount 360. It mounts on the side. Now this specific mount was made for the original DJI Mic receiver. You can see with the new DJI Mic 2 receiver that it's a little bit snug. It butts right up against the mic adapter and actually blocks the USB-C port, but it will serve my purpose for today. You can see what we have here is the receiver mounted as good as possible out of sight. Looking at it from the other side of the camera, I can actually see it protruding either side. And what we're going to do is I'm going to first of all start out front. So this is what the normal shot would look like. And what I'm going to do is move around to the side and stand exactly in the stitch line. And I'm assuming somewhere down here is where you may possibly see the protrusions. And again, I'll try to just adjust it as best I can here. But I'm going to guess that no matter what I do, you're going to see some kind of remnants of the actual receiver itself in the picture. So how does that look for our first test? Okay, for our second test, we have the X3 mounted in this cage. This is the Frame Pro from X-Mount 360. Again, this was originally designed to handle
the original DJI Mic receiver. As you can see at the top here, where the new DJI Mic 2 receiver is now mounted, you can see it's not quite on straight because it actually butts up against the little wheel here for tightening this down, but it's again perfect for what we're trying to do today. Once again, I'll show you the side profile so you can see that really I've tried to line this up so the absolute minimum of the actual receiver is showing. Now in this configuration, of course, as long as you don't need the upward facing view, obviously I can move anywhere around the sides of the camera, and it's only when you actually look up, if you look at my hand here, that you might actually begin to see the receiver itself. So this might be a better configuration when it comes to dealing with the DJI Mic 2 receiver mounted to the X3.
So when DJI decided to put a fixed cold shoe on the Mic 2 receiver, I think for most people this was a good thing. It's definitely a lot more sturdy than the old version. But for X3 owners, it's not ideal because there's really no way to mount this on your camera and be able to completely hide it. So if you definitely want to use a full wireless microphone system with a dedicated receiver on your X3, you might actually want to consider the original version because with its removable shoe, the original receiver is a lot easier to hide. And as far as audio quality is concerned, I really don't think you're going to notice any difference between the two. Now, the new Mic 2 system does have a few nice new features on it, but the question is, which is better, to have those new features or to be able to hide your receiver? And also it's worth mentioning that since they introduced the new Mic 2 system, the original is a lot less expensive. However, there is one other factor to consider, and that is if you plan on using your wireless microphone system with other cameras also. If that's the case, then the Mic 2 system probably makes more sense because remember, you can also use the new Mic 2 transmitter in Bluetooth mode and connect it directly to your X3. Now, the range of the signal will not be as good as with the dedicated microphone, and it will also be more prone to obstructions, but for most situations it will probably be perfectly fine. So that wraps it up for another video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, if you want to share your input, please go ahead and put those into the comments section. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to give us a like and also consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you again for watching.